All right, we've got a question here that says, use differentiation by first principles to verify if this function here, the gradient function is given by this. Okay, so they're giving us the answer. So let's start off with the original function. Now remember, the first thing that we do is we calculate the messy bit, which is the f bracket x plus h. So every time an x appears here, we're going to change it to x plus h in brackets. So bracket x plus h squared minus bracket x plus h. Okay, so for this one, let's leave the 3 here. Let's expand this bracket first. So it's a perfect square. So that'll be square the first, twice the product. So 2xh plus square the last. So plus h squared. And I'm going to expand this bracket out. It's negative 1 times this. So the negative affects both. So negative x minus h. Okay. And now I'm going to expand this bracket out fully. So 3x squared plus 6xh plus 3h squared minus x minus h. So that's my f of x plus h. So now we're going to use the definition of the gradient function, which is the limit as h goes to 0 of the difference quotient. F of x plus h minus f of x over h. Okay, and now we're going to substitute in. So limit as h goes to 0 of, so the f of x plus h we've already got from the previous line, so we're just copying in. Okay, now I've got a minus all of f of x. So minus, and remember, you're minusing all of f of x, so you bracket or put in f of x inside brackets. Really important that you put the f of x inside the brackets, over h. Okay, hopefully you can see cancellations happening, but let's just expand the bracket first. So 3x squared plus 6xh plus 3h squared minus x minus h minus 3x squared, and negative times negative makes positive x. And always these x bits at the back will cancel with something at the front. So that minus x will cancel with that plus x, and we got over h. Okay, so now let's see what we've got left. Hopefully you can see that each term that I've got left involves a h. Okay, so I'm going to immediately take out a factor of h. So if I take out a factor of h here, that 6xh will just be 6x. Taking out a factor of h there, that'll be 3h. Taking out a factor of h, that'll be minus 1. Okay, over, did I get all the terms? Yes, I did. Good, over h. Now remember, the key thing we're trying to do is divide out the h's so that we've got no h anymore in the denominator. And then once we've got to this stage, so I'll just rewrite 6x plus 3h minus 1. Once we've got to this stage where we've eliminated h from the denominator, to evaluate this limit, we essentially sub in h is 0. So if I sub in h is 0, I'm substituting in the h, so I remove the lim statement now, and we write 6x minus 1. So f dash x equals 6x minus 1. Is that what we wanted to show? Yes, it is. Okay, so just a reminder, we keep every single line you write limit h goes to 0, lim h goes to 0, until we finally substitute in the h is 0, then we can remove the lim h is 0. So this now is a function where if you tell me an x, I'll tell you the gradient of the tangent for that particular x. Okay. Now, one more comment before you start the exercise. So I'm going to talk about one particular question. So this is question 4D. They get you to work out this thing here. Okay, so for that particular question, now this is just for a particular rule. This won't always be true. Okay, but for a particular rule, they get you to work out this. Now, I want to talk about part E. So part E, it says find f dash of 2. Okay, well remember f dash x is this. So if I replace the x by 2, I'm going to get f dash of 2 is going to be limit as h goes to 0. Changing the x's to 2, it's going to be f of 2 plus h minus f of 2 over h. Now note, that in the previous part of the question, we've actually worked out what this difference quotient is. The difference quotient is 5 plus h. So this is just saying work out the limit as h goes to 0 of the difference quotient, which is 5 plus h. I've eliminated h from the denominator, so this particular answer for what is f dash of 2 is going to be 5. So I just wanted to show you an example where sometimes if they want a particular value of x, they just substitute in early into the rule that x is 2. Okay? Alright. Maybe leave this up on the screen for when people get up to 4e. So 603, you should have already done 1 and 2, so you should be working on this, okay? Take particular notice of questions 9 onwards, okay? They're very much exam style questions.